Welcome back to Noah's Awakening, beautiful souls of planet Earth. So today's video is going to be a video on weed, the marijuanas, and I just kind of want to talk about it a little bit. I myself am an advocate. I approve of marijuana and using it in a sense for medical or spiritual purposes. But I'm also one to understand addicts, and it can be, overused or used for non-growthful purposes, purposes that can hinder us and hold us back. Lots of people can use it as a way to escape reality or to alter their reality because, they either don't want to deal with their reality or they just kind of, maybe it's boredom, different reasons. We all use and experiment with drugs and, marijuana, speaking on marijuana specifically. In this video, I might consider it a drug sometimes, but I might consider it, an herbal medicine. Like I said, it can be used in different ways, and however we mentally go about it is how it's going to affect us. Weed, cannabis, marijuana is a plant, a living plant. So when we smoke it or put it in our body some sort of way, whether we eat it through an edible or vaporize it or, smoke it in an oil dab type thing or, just smoke normal bud plant. We can use it for different purposes, and lots of people, I feel, in this third world society, especially younger people, they use it for social status or social gatherings, social events, things like that. It can start off as like a social thing, and personally that's where the terminology, it being a gateway drug, can come in. These people, especially younger people, like I'm saying, we can start using it for different reasons, like social status and trying to appear or come off a certain way, like cool or anything. And in those reasons, we're letting our emotions, our mind, take control and get the best. We're not in full control, being aware of what we're doing and what we're doing affecting us and how it's affecting us. We're more so just smoking to get high and smoking to smoke instead of for a spiritual or medicinal purpose. But if you deal with physical or mental pains, mental illnesses or physical pains like back pain, neck pain, things like this, it can genuinely be used for medical purposes. Instead of being prescribed antipsychotics or antidepressants, these pills that kill our bodies in other ways, you're going to be taking these pills for years, and it's in a sense just going to block out and drown out your emotions instead of actually going through and facing them how we need to. Smoking some cannabis to de-stress and decompress your mind can be a more healthy and, in a sense, safe way. But I also want to speak on, medical cannabis. And I myself, like I said, I am a pot smoker, weed smoker, and I go back and forth between the two. I myself am a past drug user. I am clean from, hard drugs, but I to this day smoke weed. And, I can get torn between, like, just simply smoking to get high and smoking because my back hurts or smoking to simply relax. And personally, when you're smoking just to smoke and your mind's in control and you're not really aware of what's going on, your emotions and your mind can run rampant. I'll say they can really, especially if you're an overthinker and you think a lot. Smoking weed just to simply smoke and get high, when you do that and you're already an overthinker or a very aware person of yourself and how you feel, it can really hinder you. Using it for, I'll say, wrong or negative purposes. It's like being aware to eating fast food and meats and all these things. You can be aware to all the slaughtering and killing and all the GMOs and toxins that they put in all these cancer forming things. Yet a lot of us, even if we know this, we can still eat it because it's good or because, in a sense, we're addicted. Anything can be an addiction in this world. Even our own thoughts, overthinking, that can be a form of addiction. So really being aware of your thoughts and why you're genuinely going about things is very important to maintain that control and to not let things, speaking on like the drug or weed, speaking on, that external thing controlling you, or simply speaking on, like I'm saying, letting your mind control you instead of you having the control. Your mind and your emotions are simple simply tools that help guide us through this reality. You know, they're not here to lead us through this reality. We're not here to suffer and to live in a state of fear like the Matrix has us, and like this third dimensional world and these societies teach us to live in a state of fear, you know, like we're not good enough and we need these external things from religions and different things and social status to make us important, to make us special. We're all special. We are endless energy from the universe, endless love. And when we can learn to harness this energy, to harness our love and to live in an unconditional state of love, you know, simple things like smoking weed or thinking, we can have that better control on. And when we're looking for personal or spiritual growth, and you know, like anybody on this path, or like I feel the people I'm talking to right now, I'm not talking to bots. I'm not talking to the people that are stuck in this matrix and that just live their lives on action and reaction. I'm here to speak to the people who are aware of themselves and aware of other people, aware of the life forms in this reality. And we're trying to live in harmony and peace with everyone, from the animals to our fellow brother and sister humans. You know, and it goes down to everything we do, every thought we have, every thought action that we have or don't have, everything we do and think plays into our path. So like I'm saying, weed can genuinely be used as a spiritual step. You know, it can, if you're very aware and you're using it for good purposes, you can use it to calm yourself down. We can use it to reach meditative states quicker, you know. But in that sense, that's not you. That's you on weed, or that's you high. Who are you sober? What is you sober? Can you still reach these states? Can you still have this open, loving perspective sober and keep that long enough to hold your mental state as you go through your days without the things that we think we need, like weed, you know? So when you finally do give yourself that opportunity to use it for a good purpose, we can have that control. I'm sorry if this has just been a bit of a rant. This is me just ranting about weed. I haven't really made a video on this, you know, opening up about how I smoke. I might have mentioned it in a few videos or not, but, you know, I feel that being sober and being high, yes, we can be on a spiritual path and we can achieve spiritual goals of ours and still grow from both states, but learning how to simply control both states from a aware state of mind is the goal that we all need to achieve. You know, if we are going to continue smoking and doing these things that potentially can distract or hinder us, we just need to make sure we have that full mental and emotional control over ourselves. Because like I said, I've been on this spiritual path for 4 years. All 4 years I've smoked off and on. But I am just now in the last year and a half really staying aware of when I'm smoking, not smoking, how I feel when I'm sober, how I feel when I'm high, and I'm a pretty good, I feel, judge to, you know, say things like this on. And if, you know, people can understand the way I'm articulating myself and the way that I am, you know, speaking to everyone, you know, this video can help. And I'm not trying to convince anyone to believe me. We're, like I say, we're all on our own path, and we're all going to figure out things at different times, and everyone's different. You know, something that may work for me and may not work for me is going to be different for someone else. You know, it's going to affect people different. Some people might not be able to use weed at all. You know, it might just hinder and distract too much. Some people might genuinely need weed to get out of some deep, dark state. You know, maybe I don't know, I don't want to speak on it. Some people are just in a very dark spot, and you know, you might need a little extra kick to bring you back to your center. You know, but it's about, like I say, holding that awareness and holding your mental state and having that control. Thank you all so much for listening. I hope everyone has a beautiful, safe day out there. And I just want to say, I'm not coming at or dogging anyone that smokes. You know, I said myself, I smoke, and it can be used for good or bad purposes. It's however we look at it, however we perceive it, and however we choose to go about it. Thank you all so much. Have a beautiful, safe day.